All right, what is good, boys? Today is January 22nd, 2026. I ended up taking two trades today. Both were losses. I don't even think I've seen a tick of fucking profit. But it is what it is. They were on Evals, so I can really give a fuck. If you guys are having problems with your Top Step, please let me know. I got an email saying I need to do the two-factor authorization and change my password, and it wouldn't let me fucking log in this morning. So I ended up getting it done after... what's it called? The market ended up closing and I ended up getting off for the day after my two trades. So I'm back logged into my Top Step. I didn't get to trade on those days, so there won't be any road to funded. However, there will be a trade recap today. So let's get right into it. So coming into this morning, leaning a lot more bullish than I was bearish. Why? Because, well, this Drake wasn't here yet. So let's just get rid of this Drakeana. So as you can see, right, we inversed the new week opening gap. We are clearly just disrespecting bearish, respecting bullish, right? So what I wanted to see how market open is I wanted to see a sweep of these 1 hour intermediate lows, possible SMT, and then a rejection off of somewhere in this area, these two 50-minute gaps. However, what did we end up getting? We ended up getting Drake snakes down to the downside, and there was a trade somewhere in here actually after we hit the 15-minute. There was this 1 minute right here. However, I didn't like this, because to me, we didn't really have internal structure. So at this point in time, like, we're about to create a 5 minute for value gap. What time did this inverse happen? At 9:37. So the 5 minute was about to open up like right here. Wasn't really a fan of this 1 minute just because we didn't really have internal structure. We kind of made this violent move down. I understand we had an SMT with like the market open lows. And at this point in time, I believe we had an SMT with those hourly intermediate lows as well. Let's take a look real quick. Yeah, we had an SMT with these hourly intermediate lows, so it didn't look too bad. However, yes, it was just super uncorrelated. Didn't really look good. We didn't really have internal structure. This V-shaped recovery kind of looks good, but I wanted to wait for just a little bit more internal structure. Worst came to worst, I would have just waited for the 5 minute inversion, right? This 5 minutes open up, and then we inverse that. I would have got a little bit worse RR on the trade, but hey, it is what it is, right? Staying patient. Okay, we're kind of chopping around. We end up creating these highs right here. Cool. Now I'm like, okay, I'm okay to look for longs, right? We have a valid high now with this, and I believe this was the entry point to a 5 minute. Yes, it was. So I was like, cool, we have 5 minute intermediate highs up there. What we're rejecting off this hourly beneath us, this 15 minute, right? They're both discounted. We came down, hit equilibrium in the range. Okay, awesome. We got this 3 minute inversion. Now I took this 3 minute inversion on my evals. Obviously, wasn't trading any X phase today. Just trying to pass these evals, get my allocations up, right? Ended up taking this 3 minute. Now it ended up failing. Why did it end up failing? All right, stops right here. This is what the trade idea looked like. Okay, why did this end up failing? Because look at the 2 minute. Boom, this 2 minute is massive. So I know we always preach highest time frame inversion in a leg, go ahead and enter off it. But when there's a big ass gap like this, we probably want to wait for that to do it as well. And I just didn't do it today. So that's something I can go ahead and journal, and everything will be a-okay after that, right? Everything's a learning lesson. It is what it is. So that was trade number one. And then I ended up taking this like AMD model trade, right? Oh my God, where is it? Oh, Jesus Christ, it happened all the way back here. Okay. So what we ended up doing is we had all this accumulation zone going on, right? And we ended up retracing into a 50-minute gap. Now, I know some of you guys are probably questioning, why didn't I wait for this secondary 15-minute to get hit? If we're clearly bearish on the day, I mean, we weren't clearly bearish, but like if we're having strong displacement lower on the 50-minute charts, I really don't need to see this top 50-minute come and get hit again. If we can create, or if we can come and hit this 5 minute or 15-minute, Jesus Christ, and then get good displacement out of it towards that LR, then I'll be completely fine taking this. Now, I took this as well, and I failed to realize that, well, this took out most of the LR, but we had relatively equal lows right here. So at this point in time, I'm like, okay, if we get good displacement, I'll go ahead and enter. We got a resweep of these 15-minute intermediate highs. We get this giant Drake down. So I'm like, cool, I'll use this as my break-even point. I'll go quick break-even, and then I'll go ahead and target these 1 hour lows down here, maybe even like this wick. Okay, we have 1 hour lows right here. We have this wick, and beneath those lows, we have an unfilled 1 hour gap all the way down here. So I was like, okay, we have the possibility of going down there. I like this displacement. We're clearly showing bearish. ES is now on our side. ES is now showing bearish as well. ES left these 15-minute equal lows. So I was like, cool, we have clear draws lower. Both assets most likely want to go lower. Oh boy, can I be wrong. next candle, I go ahead, enter somewhere like at the closure of this candle. My stops are above here, and my TPs are set towards down here. And as you know it, I didn't see a lick of profit today. So that was the second trade. Didn't look too bad at all. 15-minute sweep of the intermediate highs. Clear displacement lower. It is what it is. Just bad PA today. And again, I'm not blaming the trades on bad PA. There's obviously, like, I could have waited for the 2-minute over here. Just could have had better targets using these shorts, right? We didn't really have clear targets. So I could have been a lot more patient today. I guess my impatience just took over, but it is what it is. Everything's a learning lesson. What do we end up doing? We end up coming down into this 5-minute gap. This was the last trade I really seen today. We ended up coming down into this 5-minute gap, and then we end up getting a 5-minute inversion out of it. And this trade would have took a little bit longer just because it was in the PM. It probably would have been a break-even trade if you entered off the 5-minute inversion. Here is the unfilled 5-minute all the way up here. However, you would have went break-even at these intermediate highs right here. See how this played out. Okay, come take out the intermediate highs, drake down. Depending on where your entry point was, if you did get a good entry or not, you probably would have got break even on this trade. But ultimately, this trade ended up going ahead and playing out. If you didn't go break even, it is what it is. Kind of got chopped around a little bit, right? Price is delivering a lot slower just because it's in the fucking lunch session, and boom, your TP would have hit. So those were really the only 4 trades I seen today. Didn't like the first one, didn't really like the last one because I already took my 2 trades on the day. But overall, today didn't look too bad. Could have looked a lot better. Could have been a lot more patient, right? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But everything's a learning lesson. We'll take it on the chin, and it is what it is. So hopefully tomorrow, my top step will fucking work, and we can get a Road to Funded series. But there will be a conditions video dropping today. I'm really excited to make it. And also, if you want to join the free Discord, link in the description. And if you need to up your allocation for whatever reason, you just blew your accounts, whatever, 40% off right now, code LoeGpa, Lucid Trades, link in the description for that as well. That's for the Lucid Black plan, and then all the other plans, it's 30% off for the other accounts. So go check that out, and I'll catch y'all boys in the next one.